Hello and welcome again to another video. Today's video will talk about the Gigantamax raids, and we will try to explain the best guide on how to take down the Gigantamax raids. Because not gonna lie, I tried to take down a few bosses and it wasn't as easy as I may thought, and we actually needed to learn some strategies and how to defeat the bosses, because they aren't similar to the bosses that exist like the tier 5 legendary bosses. Tier 5 legendary bosses, all you need to do is as many people and just tap your screen, click on the charge moves until you take down the boss. Except in the Gigantamax, it does not work. This strategy doesn't work. You need to learn new stuff. And this video is a complete guide on how to take them down and what you need to do before the raid start. So as you guys all know, now we have Gigantamax starters and we will soon get Gigantamax Gengar. So what's the unique thing about Gigantamax raids? I mean, it's similar to Dynamax, but they are a bit difficult. And if you go, if you open the app and if you click on the power stations, you will see that some stations has build dumps, some of them has the starters, the Gen 8, the Gen 1 starters, and one of the tweets that actually got my attention from Jimmy Bank. He's like, I think he's one of the top 2 grinders in Canada, like with over 1 million catch. Watching our community freak out constantly, complaining to anything difficult or hard to get is just embarrassing. And I actually get his point. It's like for someone like him, which like has everything in the game, not just everything, has like 6 of everything, like at least 6, like 6 Zacians, 6 Mewtwo's, 6 Dragonites, 6 Garchomps, 6 Dialgas with either form. There is no appealing content for him because his account has everything. So any content that he wished to come to the game must be hard even for him. So that's the main thing about content. New content should be difficult. Why? Because that should give more perks for you, like more reasons for you to go outside and do something new, because that's the fun part. The fun part is the grinding part. But if you have everything, where is the appealing? What would appeal to you to force you to go outside and do these? And that's what like Gigantamax raid came in handy, to be honest. Like a difficult content for the majority of us, even someone like me who I thought I have an end game account, I struggled. But not Gemma. Gemma felt like they are easy. Well, it's not that he felt they are easy. He said that he basically said that you need to learn new strategies, and that's the best part about the new content. So what strategies are we talking about? Well, before we talk about the strategies, let's prepare you before the max raid. Prepare for the max raid. What does that mean? Collect 800 to 1180, which is, I think, the max. So if you can go to the app, click at power spot, you will see that you can only collect, you can only store 1000. I think it goes to 1180 particles a day, and you can't go above that unless you buy. When you buy, it's a different case. If you're unable to raid, use particle to develop max battle. What does that mean? If you go to any Dynamax Pokemon you will see those three stuff. Max flare, which is basically the output damage. Max guard, which is the damage mitigation, and max spirit, which heal everyone in the raid. So if you click on this, you heal. If you max it, you heal everyone more. If you click on this, you have a shield, similar to the shield in the Go Battle League, right? But if you max it, your shield will have higher damage mitigation. If you click on this, you will do damage. But if you max it, you will do more damage. It's not like, like in raid, you power up your Pokemon and then suddenly your Pokemon start doing more damage. And the G-Max Pokemon, the Gigantamax or the Dynamax Pokemon, you need to max this as well. The good thing is that it doesn't require dust, but what it requires is that it requires particles, like the max particles. So if you don't do Gigantamax raids, make sure you max those for the best Pokemon of each type that you have, okay? What if you don't have good ones? You just mass trade with whichever Pokemons you have. Like, as an example, for me, I traded 100 Dynamax Pokemon the other day. I get 4 of them lucky. What I did with those 4, I literally took them to level 40 because if they are lucky, it costs around 100, I think 110,000 dust. So for 4 Pokemons, that's like 500,000 dust. Just to level 40. Don't take them to level 50 unless they are hundos or like 15, 15, 14. If they are 15, 15, 14, feel free to take them beside hundos to level 40. As an example, this is my lucky Charizard. It's level 40 now, right? So now it should do good damage. And if you remember, there is like the CP multiplier per level. So at level 30, you can see that at level 30, you can see that your Pokemons get lots of CP per level, and then it starts getting slower. Why? Because here, after here, you get whatever you get per power-up in 2 power-ups after level 40. After level 30, let's say you get 50 per power-up until level 30. After that, you will get half of that, right? So make sure at least you get your Pokemons to level 30, because that's the best power. Okay, what's written here? Let's read it. Powering up to level 30 gives the trainer the most amount of CP per Stardust spent. Okay, so this is why you need to take your Pokemon at least to level 30. I would always recommend level 40 as long as they are lucky. So that's why I recommend just lucky them, and so you don't have to lose that much dust, because one to level 30 or a lucky one to level 40, I think you can take twice the amount just to level 40 just by being lucky. So hit your people, just tell them you want to masterate those Dynamax Pokemons, and you don't worry about the IVs. You will eventually get good IVs, just like the way we have in rates. We're like, you will eventually get good rates. Now someone like, no, yes, I don't have any hundos. Eventually. So now moving to the next point, using max skills. So now this is the raid boss. As an example, I have a build them. I was trying to get as many screenshots as possible yesterday, so I did a build them. So you have the max strike, max guard, and max spirit. So the max strike is the attack that attacks the raid boss, the type that is used based on type on the fast move. So this is the damage move. As I said, this is the damage mitigation, and this is the healing one. So I have a video recorded here, and we'll just watch the video, and it's a 3-minute video, so we will try to put it on 2x speed. So in this video, you see that our friend, these battles, shout out to Galax for providing me with these. He has a good Greedent, Charizard, and a Gengar maxed out. So why Greedent over the Charizard? To be honest, because he was tapping with 2 phones. So we have Greedent here. The Greedent is just getting faster, the crunches. You tap the crunch here, by the way, and now it will change. And we will show you what's the difference in those. So Greedent now is a boss. Wait, let me go back. So he clicked on the max darkness, which is the max attack, max strike, which is the head. And you can see it did some good damage, right? Now he clicked on the max guard, which is the shield, and you saw that the shield did some damage, I think. Did some damage, and there was... Okay, wait, let's go back. You can see that there is a shield here, which means the damage that will come after during this moment will be mitigated. And now you can see the max spirit, which is the heal move, and look, Greedent is back to full HP. So this is the best way. Now look at the build up. Build up is half HP. Greedent is full HP back because we healed. We have a shield. You can see that the shield is still there. Look at that. See, guys? The shield is still there. There is a shield icon, and the health bar looks different. Stacking max guard indicate by small heart next to the HP. Yeah, exactly. You can see that there is a shield, and you can stack the max guard as well, as you can see here. Once like until like you take enough damage that it will overwrite the shield. Now moving to the next point, which is basically understanding the team roles. So we explained the Pokemon you should use, but now let's explain the teams you should build in order to do the max rates. So we have attackers, we have tank, we have healers. What's the difference between attackers, tanks, and healers? Basically, the attackers are the people who spam the damage move. The tankers are the people who spam the max guard move. The healers are basically the people who spam the max spirit move. So for attackers, use mons that do super effective damage. Wait, I thought you always use the super effective damage. No, in the Dynamax raid, we need to do something different. That's why I'm talking about strategies here. As an example, look, in this, assuming that this is not a build-em, assume that this is a Venusaur. Okay, so what resists Venusaur the most? It's Metagross. So the tanker need to use Metagross. Did you think about that? No, don't do full damage. Full damage does not work unless you are raiding with 40 people and everyone in those 40 people has level 40 Pokemons, which you will never see unless you live in a big city like New York, I don't know, Australia, or like Singapore. These cities where like they have lots of spoofers who spoof and they just, you know, like take down the boss because there are literally lots of people. So if you are not one of those people, like me, I'm living in a small city, I need to divide the tasks. I need people to be attackers, I need some people to be the tanks, I need some people to be the healers. So the attackers are the people who will spam the charge attack. So what I'm saying here, when you go with a group, you have to divide the tasks. You need one person to be the tank, one person or two to be the healers, and everyone else should be the attacker, right? So, okay, let's sum it up again. When you are raiding with a big group, you need one person at least to be the tank and just to spam the shield. You need two, okay, let's say one or two people to spam the max spirit, the heal. Just to spam those, and everyone else just to spam the attack move. That's the best way to do it. The Takans, bulky Pokemon. Those Pokemons are like not Pokemons that do super effective, but Pokemons that mass resist. As an example, when you do Charizard, it happens that the best way to take down Charizard is just a bunch of Blastoise, right? So you need people, well, technically the tanker and the attacker can be Blastoise, right? In this situation. But if you're attacking Venusaur, the attacker should be Charizard, the tank should be Metagross. But you can use a Charizard because it resists the grass move. But what if Venusaur has the sludge bomb, the sludge move at this, the poison move at this point? Then you actually need a Metagross. So this is what I'm talking about. The tank is a Pokemon that bulky Pokemon that resists, and this no one better than Metagross currently can do that. Against Venusaur, as an example. No one better than Venusaur can do that into Blastoise. But if Blastoise has Ice Beam, no one better than Metagross can do that. Because Metagross's job is not to attack or do damage. It's literally just to spam the shield. And the healer support item member with max spirit. And this is what I'm talking about. Another point here. Sorry, I know like we're talking about lots of points, but this is another point to talk about. When you're using the healer, you don't have to have everything here maxed out. I know that it's expensive and not everyone has the resources. So that's why I'm saying divide your team, split the tasks. So if someone is a healer, just max out the healing one. If someone being tank, just max out the shield one. If someone is an attacker, just max this. Not everyone has the resources to max out all of these because technically you won't need them. So this is as far as like the team roles. Organize your team. Max raid structure, the main key points here. Up to 40 players. Up to 40 players can join the raid. Each has 3 Pokemon. So in total, we have 40 players. Everyone has 3. So in total, we have 120 Pokemons. Every group into team of 4. 10 max teams. Team coordinate. Try to join at the same time with friends. You need to do it with friends because you don't want to rely on like people that you don't know to take down the boss. So try to approach those people, like tell them what they are supposed to do. Or just send them this video. If the team isn't ideal, leave and retry. Just like the raids. Choose your lineup. As I said, you have to have a tank, you have to have a healer, you have to have an attacker. But if you're doing it by yourself, you have to have those 3 on the same team. So, first slot, pick your tank. There's a strategy here. You pick your tank on the first slot. Second and third slot, place your attacker or healer. Example, the tank role here, let's assume in the raid is Venusaur. You choose Metagross. The attacker is a Charizard. The healer is Venusaur, as an example. So, as an example, in this, we have build them. What I'm talking about here, let's assume it's not build them. Let's assume that this is Gigantamax Venusaur, right? So what you do is you put Metagross in the first one. And during the raid after, you see this max meter. Once it's close to be max, you switch to Charizard. Like just right before your max meter is full, you switch to the Pokemon that does super effective damage. You get that strategy? Yeah. So let's do it again. Let's say you're raiding Venusaur. So your first slot should be Metagross. And you keep tapping because Metagross walls the heck out of Venusaur, right? Everything is resisted. Just right before the max meter is full, switch to Charizard. And then Charizard will be the Gigantamax or the Dynamax one, and Charizard will do super effective Gigantamax damage. You get the point? What happens if you don't do these? If you don't do these, this is what happens. You will have to tap on Cheer, and Cheer does help a lot. Cheer helps everyone to get their max meter maxed faster than when everyone is alive. Start the battle charging and dodging. You have to charge up and then charge up the max meter quickly by tapping and using charge moves. So you know this is similar to Raid. You just tap. But right before, I think let me see if we can get it here on this video. Right before it attack, it will actually show like a bunch of exclamation marks. No. Basically, like you will see that your there is 3 exclamation marks on top of your Pokemon. Once you see that, all you need to do is just keep dodging. You have to dodge. Why you dodge? You don't want to take damage, right? Because at that moment, don't focus on doing damage. Focus on just dodging. Because in raid bosses, when we raid against legendaries, you just tap. You don't even need to dodge because you have 6 Pokemon. Here we have 3, so it's half. There we have timer. We are limited with time. Here, technically, there is no time as long as you're still alive, right? So that's the main one. You can't revive and get back to the battle. So you need to dodge. So once you see that there is like exclamation marks on top of your Pokemon, keep dodging. When the meter is max, swap to your healer or attacker. As I said, so you use something that resists the heck out of the raid. As an example, assume this is a Venusaur, and this you use Metagross. You keep it until right before the max meter is up. Like as an example, we know that the max meter will be up soon, so you switch to the Pokemon that does super effective damage. Handling key situations such as what? Healer, monitor the team's HP. This is just more of like luxury stuff. If you mastered everything, you need more tips. If you are in a ready group, just ask, do you guys need a heal? If nobody needs a heal, you can just use the Max Strike, right? The tanks, focus on using G-Max Guard and protect the team. This is extremely important. You need everyone to be... So, if you are tank, you need to focus on the max guard and protect your team. Dodging, swipe left and right. See the 3 quotation marks. Yes, when you see quotation mark, I don't know which mark is, but you will see 3 of them on top of your Pokemon. Attackers, prioritize the damage, raid bosses, and remember healers. Yes. So attackers prioritize damaging, healers prioritize healing. Cheating, which is after your Pokemon's faint, after all of your Pokemon's faint, just keep spamming on cheering, which will help the max meter for everyone else to be filled faster. Avoid the tantrum phase. What's the tantrum phase? I looked up a video and I was trying to find videos on YouTube. What's the tantrum phase? Well, it's not tantrum phase. I don't think it's a term that exists in the game. Let's assume it's enrage, okay? I think I found a YouTube video and it says enrage on Dave, aka Cilandras or Kilandras. This channel. So shout out to them because that was the only video I was able to find about enrage. What is the enrage mode? Okay, if you don't defeat the raid boss in time, it will enter a tantrum phase, and you will see that the boss will have a different look. It increases the raid boss damage output, so prioritize efficient damage. So that's why you have to have damage dealers as much as possible, because if you don't, the boss will enter an enrage moment. And if you can look at this, build them, which does no damage, okay, was able to KO the Metagross right here. Look how much damage it did with Iron Head, which is a super resisted move. It's not supposed to happen, but because Buildum at this moment was enraged. So that's why you need to take the boss faster. That's why you need to prioritize attackers as much as possible, and you need to keep those attackers healthy. Example for team strategy. So I'm gonna give you now the team strategies. Gigantamax Venusaur. So everyone has Metagross, the first Pokemon, as always. Why? Because it resists the heck out of Venusaur. Everything is resisted. So Yasser is going to be an attacker. So Metagross, just right before the max meter is full, I'm going to switch to Charizard and then start spamming my fire charge moves, or my flying charge. I mean, Charizard only has flying fast moves. Home Slice Henry, Metagross, Charizard, because he's also an attacker. Zionic, Metagross, Metagross. He's a healer. Poke AK, Metagross, Venusaur. He's a tank. So this could be triple Venusaur as well, but I'm assuming that the Venusaur here is a tank, because Venusaur, let's assume the Venusaur is the opposing Venusaur is grass charge moves, right? So the tank is actually better to be Venusaur because it double resists the grass move, while Steel single resist. So I'm going to prioritize attacking the boss. Zionic will prioritize maxing the healing everyone. Poke AK will prioritize maxing the shield for everyone. As an example, this is just an example of 4. I think you need a team of 8. So 1 with tank, 2 healers, and 5 people attacking. Coordinate tips and roll reminder for each team member. If you don't do that, good luck taking it by luck. Closing tips and successful. Okay. Assign clear roles to your player, team, tank, healers, and attackers. You need to assign these. Everyone needs to know what they are doing in the raid. Keep an eye on teammates' HP and coordinate healers. So if you are in like group, just be like in a circle, like, okay, do you guys need me to heal? Do you guys need me to shield? Stuff like that. Communicate with your team to stay on track. Practice make perfect. And so trust me, nobody knew how to do it when it first came out. Now people are just getting, getting the grasp of it because they did it. I haven't done a single one because again, I wasn't able to find the perfect team. But this time for Gengar, I am sure that we will be able to, because I'm assuming that people know now what to do. So a special shout out to Galax for providing me with lots of graphics here and the video about the build them, and Dave for the Enrage video, Siggy on Twitter for providing me with actual tips, because I didn't take it down, and he provided me with all the tips, and they were all like tested. And while testing for like the final touch on the slides, like he did some great work, to be honest. So shout out to everyone. And yeah, that's all you need to know. That's all you need to know about Gigantamax rates. Even Dynamax rates, it's literally the same, but Dynamax rates are just a bit easier. So thank you so much everyone for watching, and that's the end of today's video. If you like this content, make sure to like. If you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe, and I will catch you all in the next video. Peace.